Hello everybody and welcome to the Newsroom by AFA Gaming, your one-stop show for all the latest development in Asian Counter-Strike. My name is KRiPz and boy, we have a lot to talk about today. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the CSGO Asia Championships. Now before I delve into the topic, bear with me, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the Chinese Counter-Strike history has looked like. So for a long time now, Tyloo has been the number one team in China. Okay, they have been the team to beat. Trailing Tyloo at number position 2 and 3 were VAC Gaming and Flash Gaming. Now, these two teams, no matter what they did, no matter how hard they tried, it was just impossible to bring Tyloo down. It was impossible to stop the Tyloo juggernaut. So, out of frustration, a month ago, you know what these teams did? They decided to merge their rosters. VAC Gaming, Flash Gaming, merge into one roster. Now, let's take a look at this. The first row shows the lineup of Flash Gaming before the merge. The lineup was Summer, Attacker, Lowy, Oman, and Aeon. I'm sorry, brother Aeon, I don't have a photo for you. But yeah, that's what the lineup for Flash Gaming was. On the second row, we have the lineup of VAC Gaming before the merge. It was Zocking, Freeman, Savage, HZ, and TB. Now, when these two teams merged, notice the players highlighted in red. These two teams merged and the new team was called VG Flash. Okay, and these 5 players made it into the team. Summer, Attacker, Lowy, Zocking, and Freeman. This was the new superpower team of China who was aspiring to beat Tyloo. Now, in VAC Gaming, 3 players were left out. They were Savage, HZ, and TB. What these 3 players did was they formed a team of their own and they called it Fierce Tiger. These 3 players were, they were pretty famous in the Chinese scene as of this point. After that, they picked up a few more players and they registered themselves as Fierce Tiger. Now, nobody is exactly sure of what the confirmed Fierce Tiger lineup looked like because they had stand-ins playing for them all throughout. The Fierce Tiger lineup was Savage, HZ, TB, Monster, Wuyu, Supreme, and Leo. Leo was a stand-in. Keep this name in mind, boys. Leo, this man is going to steal the show. He's going to be the superstar of the show. Now, when CSGO Asia Championship started, this is what the upper bracket, lower bracket, and the championship bracket looks like. You can see clearly over there. Fierce Tiger and Tyloo, they faced each other first. Fierce Tiger was able to beat Tyloo 2-1. Wow. The super team, the Tyloo super team has been taken down finally. VG Flash, they also managed to get to the finals. Fierce Tiger won over VG Flash. And in the lower bracket, Tyloo somehow managed to make their way through. They faced VG Flash again in the lower bracket. And then Fierce Tiger and VG Flash. These were the 2 teams that qualified. Give me a second. So, god damn it. Why does this disturbance have to happen during a live stream? Oh, forgive me, people. So that was just a phone call. I'm supposed to turn off my phone and put it to silent mode. My bad. So, as I was saying, Fierce Tiger and VG Flash. These 2 teams, they qualified for CSGO Asia Championships. The Chinese qualifier was supposed to have 2 slots. Now, there are 2 things that could have happened over here. Either these 2 teams were really very good and they were able to defeat Tyloo, or Tyloo was not playing at the full potential, and that is what I think has happened. Now, the in-game leader for Tyloo, Captain Mo, he's sitting on a wheelchair over there. You know what happened to him? He got in an accident. He fell off his Segway and now he has a femoral neck fracture. And that just, man, that sounds so painful. All of us, everyone at AFA Gaming, we wish Captain Mo a very speedy recovery. And since their IGL was absent, Tyloo did not really perform. Fierce Tiger and VG Flash, they qualified. Now, I was watching the Fierce Tiger and Tyloo game. It was phenomenal, okay? I was genuinely impressed. Fierce Tiger, they had this player called Leo. Remember that name? He was hitting 1Ds left, right, and center like a madman. And I was so impressed by this guy. And I was like, yay, nice. Finally, we have a power shift in the Chinese scene. The number 1 team has been toppled. The underdogs are rising. Yay, go underdogs. I was happy until this happened. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Leo from Fierce Tiger got VAC banned. Now what? Fierce Tiger were instantly disqualified from the CSGO Asia Championships. And then what happened was, these are the final teams that are now attending CSGO Asia Championships. Tyloo and VG Flash, they came in from the Chinese qualifier. MVP PK, they won CSGO Asia Summit a couple of months ago, and hence they have, they won themselves a slot over here. 5 teams have been invited. They are Envious, Heroic, Navi, Ninjas in Pajamas, and Virtus Pro. Now these 8 teams, they will be battling out in China. The CSGO Asia Championship is happening from June 14 to June 18, and these 8 teams will be competing. Hold it right there. The controversy that I'm talking about is not ended yet. Even though Fierce Tiger was disqualified from this championship, they were still allowed to play the FACEIT CSGO Asia Minor. Take a look over here. Over here, you can see at the start of the brackets, everyone has scores like 16-6, 16-6, 16-12 or whatever. Notice the game between Fierce Tiger and Max. It does not say a score. It says 1-0. You know what happened? Max forfeited the game against Fierce Tiger. Why? Max said that they had technical issues. That's all they said. Nothing else. Later, Fierce Tiger was supposed to play Roar. And on the day that they were supposed to match against Roar, like the match between Fierce Tiger and Roar was happening in the evening, and the same morning, Leo got VAC banned. They still played. Keep this name in mind, TB Girl. Okay, so Fierce Tiger took a substitute. This substitute was nicknamed TB Girl. Nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody knows where he comes from. Nobody even knows if this TB Girl is in any way related to Leo. But they still played. And they defeated Tyloo. They defeated Roar. And then Fierce Tiger moved on to the finals against VG Flash. Now again, notice the score over here. It's 1-0. You know what happened? Once again, Fierce Tiger's opponent forfeited the game. Yeah, VG Flash forfeited the game. They had internet issues and they were not able to play. And look at this. Fierce Tiger, now they have 2 games which they did not even play. They played 1 game against Roar and now they have qualified for the minor. Wow. Here's where things get really interesting. VG Flash, they said that they did not lose their internet connection. They say it was sabotaged. Yes, it was sabotaged. So what happened was, VG Flash made a post. They even uploaded videos on YouTube. They said that somebody had deliberately disconnected their internet connection. They cut off the wires for the internet connection. They have posted this video on YouTube. It was originally posted by Flames, who was a member of HLTV, and they got in contact with him, and this is the video they uploaded. Now, I don't speak Chinese. The audio in the video is Chinese, but somebody translated this. And the translation was that, Tyloo, what am I saying? Fierce Tiger was having, VG Flash, they had their internet disconnected over here. Look at this. The person on the left in this video, that guy is an employee of the internet company. Okay, he comes over and he says that you did not lose internet connection naturally. Somebody has deliberately disconnected your wire. That's what the internet guy said. Okay, and he also mentioned that somebody had called the internet company the day before, some unknown people. They were asking the address of VG Flash's bootcamp, and they were also asking about the internet layout. And now in that video, we see that their internet has been sabotaged. That's crazy. Now let's see what the implications are. Okay, if somebody has taken down your internet by sabotaging it, that means they would have had to break into your house to do so. Now, even when VG Flash uploaded this video, they did not point fingers at anybody. Okay, they did not point fingers at anybody. They just said that their internet was sabotaged. They never mentioned who did it or what did it, why it happened, how it happened. But let's be honest, they were subtly, even though they didn't directly say it, subtly the fingers were pointed towards Fierce Tiger. Because who else has to gain from VG Flash's internet loss? Fierce Tiger. And you know why this suspicion is being raised towards them? Because it was not VG Flash that forfeited the game against them. Max also did the same. No, even though Max did not say anything about the internet getting lost or getting disconnected, they just said that they had technical issues. But let's be honest, I mean, two teams in the tournament, they forfeited the games against you, so obviously there will be some suspicions, especially when you have a VAC Banned player. So this is what happened. Okay, after these videos were released, let's look at what the consequences can be. If you get a VAC ban, okay, you will not be allowed to play the tournament. That is all that can happen. That's the maximum penalty for cheating in a game. But if you want to disconnect or maliciously, destroy somebody's internet connection, you will have to break into their house. And now the stakes are much higher because you're not risking a VAC ban or being kicked out of a tournament. Breaking into a house is punishable by law. You can get thrown into jail for that. And that's a very serious acquisition by VG Flash. Whoever did that, obviously they would have had some balls to do it. Breaking into someone's house and cutting off their wires. After VG Flash posted this video, FACEIT, they had originally given Fierce Tiger a forfeit win. Fierce Tiger was supposed to go for the minor. But after VG Flash, they posted this substantial proof. FACEIT said that, okay, Fierce Tiger and VG Flash, they have to play the game once again. Yep, the finals of the Chinese qualifier would have to be replayed. Now, FACEIT said that these two teams, they have to coordinate with each other, mutually decide a time on when they want to play the match, because at that time when they mutually decide, the VG Flash wouldn't have any of the technical internet issues, and Fierce Tiger, they would also be ready. And they said that this match, it needs to happen before Sunday 8 p.m. If they did not decide upon a time before Sunday 8 p.m., FACEIT would decide a time for them, and they would have to play the game at that time no matter what. Here's what happened. At this point, Fierce Tiger, they decided to rebel against FACEIT. Look at this. Fierce Tiger, they made a post on Reddit. And in that post, they say that VG Flash not showing up to the match was their own fault. That's one statement. Second, they said that FACEIT is treating them unfairly, and they did not even say it kindly. They were pretty harsh when they said that. I mean, on the screen is a screenshot from Reddit. This post was made by Fierce Tiger, and they said that they reject. They do not wish to comply with whatever FACEIT said to them. They outright said it. We do not wish to comply. I mean, who says that to FACEIT? God damn. And they even posted photos of their conversation with the FACEIT admins. These are screenshots. These are all screenshots of Fierce Tiger's conversation with the FACEIT admins. When Fierce Tiger decided that, when Fierce Tiger said that they do not want to comply with FACEIT was like, nope. You guys don't want to comply? Fine. You can get out of the qualifier. You have until Sunday 8 p.m. to play the match. Otherwise, we'll fix a time for you. They were pretty adamant. Okay. And FACEIT Tiger, they made, excuses. They said that their players are not available. They said that the players have gone out on vacation after they qualified. But FACEIT was not going to take any of that. They were just like, you have to follow whatever we say to you. And this was supposed to happen on Sunday. Okay, keep in mind, the match was supposed to happen on Sunday. These screenshots, they were leaked onto Reddit on Friday. So now what's happening is that the slot for the Asia Minor is being contested. Now on Saturday, I mean, this email came out on Friday. The match is supposed to happen before Sunday. On Saturday, FACEIT discovered the connection behind TB Girl. Remember that TB Girl account? The one I mentioned previously. I told you to keep it in mind. Yeah. So what happened was FACEIT, they went through their database and they found something. They found that TB Girl has connections to a Steam account which also was VAC banned. They confirmed it with Valve, and since TB Girl has connections with a VAC banned account, Fierce Tiger was banned finally from the FACEIT Asia Minor. Now they have been banned for 2 tournaments. As of now, these are the teams attending the FACEIT Asia Minor. From the East Asia qualifier, Scars Absolute, the Japanese team has qualified. Tailu and Renegades, they were invited to the tournament. 2 teams from Southeast Asia have qualified. That is Firepower, another Chinese team. Signature is from Thailand. Tainted Minds won the Oceania qualifier. The Middle East and South Asia qualifiers, they were conquered by Unique Stars. I mean, I was pretty surprised when Unique Stars came into this tournament. I mean, From the Middle East, there is two teams which have been dominant for this time, like for so long. They were Nasser and Fate. None of them qualified. Unique Stars was able to do that. So we have a new contender coming in from the Middle East area at this point. And obviously, the Chinese qualifier team has to be decided. So when Fierce Tiger was disqualified, Fierce Tiger had defeated Roar in the previous match. So now the rematch that was supposed to happen between Fierce Tiger and VG Flash, it will now take place between VG Flash and Roar. So either of those two teams are gonna make it to the FACEIT Asia Minor. The minor is gonna be from July 16th to July 20th in Twickenham Stadium in London. That was like one hell of a roller coaster ride. I mean, when I heard this, I mean, we have all seen players getting VAC banned. I mean, there was this Cookley issue in between, and numerous players have been VAC banned. But this was the first time ever I'm actually seeing something like some news that involves people breaking into the house and sabotaging internet connections and whatnot. Like, this was one hell of a roller coaster ride. So that was everything about the FACEIT Asia Minor and the CSGO Asia Championships. Let's move on to the rest of the segment of the video. I'm going to talk about ESL One Cologne and Boot Dreamscape and Renegades. They have qualified for ESL One Cologne. Now, Boot Dreamscape, they had a pretty hilarious journey in this tournament, okay? They started out by playing against KRiPz. It's a Chinese team. Boot Dreamscape were easily able to beat KRiPz. Next, they faced Tyloo. Now, keep in mind, Boot Dreamscape, they have not been performing so well since the last couple of months. Tyloo have been in wonderful form until Mo got injured. I mean, in IM Sydney, Tyloo was able to take down SK Gaming and FaZe. That's huge, okay? Nobody would have expected Tyloo to lose at all. And Boot Dreamscape, even they were in IM Sydney, they did not do much. They were knocked out pretty early in the tournament. So now, after beating KRiPz in ESL One Cologne Asian qualifiers, Boot Dreamscape found themselves up against Tyloo. And guess what? Boot Dreamscape lost 2-1. And they were knocked down into the lower brackets. Now, from the lower brackets, Boot Dreamscape had a pretty amazing run. They were able to beat the Korean team MVP PK. They beat them 2-1. Then they beat Rekka, the Indonesian team. They beat them 2-0. And they also beat VG Flash. Like VG Flash, the team that had overpowered Tyloo. Boot Dreamscape beat VG Flash. Wow, like amazing. Simply amazing. Now, Boot Dreamscape beat them 2-0, and guess what? Now that Boot Dreamscape had conquered all of the lower bracket, they found themselves facing Tyloo once again for the championship point. Now, Tyloo, they had been coming in from the upper bracket. They already had a one map advantage. The final was going to be a best of 5. Tyloo already had a map advantage. Guess what? Boot Dreamscape, they won the first map. They won the second. So now the scores are tied at 1-1. Tyloo, they came in with the second map, 2-1. And then Boot Dreamscape goes on to win both the maps and qualify. The final score between Tyloo and Boot Dreamscape was 3-2. Boot got knocked out early in the tournament. They were in the lower bracket. They lost to Tyloo. They fought their way all through the lower bracket and they scored revenge against Tyloo. That's really exciting, honestly. And now Boot Dreamscape, they have qualified for ESL One Cologne. Renegades also, they have qualified, but this time they qualified from the North American qualifier. And even Renegades had a pretty good run. In the starting of the tournament, they were up against Optic. They knocked down Optic in the low bracket. They went on to beat E United. And in the finals, once again, Optic, they fought their way through the lower bracket and they were up against Renegades once again in the finals. But Renegades got the better of this time, got the better of Optic even this time. And now, two Asian teams, Boot Dreamscape and Renegades, they are in the ESL One Cologne, ESL One Cologne tournament. Now I'm going to talk about the next tournament, which is StarSeries Season 5, StarSeries iLeague. There are two Asian teams competing over there. That's VG Flash and Tyloo. Now, this tournament is live today, right now. Just a couple of hours ago, VG Flash played against SK Gaming. And that was a really cool match, okay. So, VG Flash, they had the first map against SK. It was Cash. You know what happened? VG Flash beat SK 16-1. 16-1. That was cool. Then the next map was Inferno. VG Flash played SK Gaming. And this match went into overtime. SK Gaming finally they won 19-15, and the third map was Train, and this time SK just scored revenge. They scored revenge for whatever VG Flash did to them on Cash. SK won Train 16-2. So VG was able to take a map against SK, but they just missed it by that much. It was a 2-1, but it was a good effort. I think Tyloo is gonna play against VG Flash now. I mean, anytime soon. The tournament is still live, so you guys better go catch it. This is KRiPz signing off for the week. Thanks for tuning in.